Hello. How are you all? It's been like a week. Hmm. So, as you all know, I took a break last week. And yeah, I'm here now. I'm sorry if my tracking is really weird today because there is a window in my office. I have the blinds down, but the sun is shining right through them. There is a lot of light in this room. It's absolutely suffused. So much light getting right in my eyes and everything. Not very pleasant, but I'll deal with it. Okay, so why did I take a break last week? Well, I can tell you that it was not because of that Amazon boycott. However, it did get me thinking about whether I should take a break. So, as you probably heard by now, that boycott wasn't actually called for by the workers that are trying to form a union. It was called independently by a secondary source. So, not really official by any means. It was just some organization trying to call for it. Not really associated with the union organizing itself. So, that's not why I decided to do a break. But as I said, it did get me to think about doing it. So, what I actually took a break for was for the sake of taking a break. I kind of needed to catch up on a bunch of things, make sure that I was getting my work done right. Because I do in addition to streaming, I do have a contract job that I work on. So it's decent pay, but not very many hours. That's part of why I'm able to do this streaming thing. I don't have many hours. So, yeah, on that topic. So, you might not know what's going on with this call for unionization from Amazon workers. So, this is taking place in Bessemer, Alabama. Now, there is a vote going through for the ability for the workers to form a union. And the votes for this will be whoa. Did you see what my model did there? Yeah, like I told you, it's gonna be janky today. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so the ballots will be due on March 29th, and the votes at that point will be counted. I don't know how long it will take, but yeah, the results of that vote will decide whether the workers will be able to unionize or not. So, one of the many skeevy things Amazon has done is they fought to force the in-person voting, but fortunately the National Labor Relations Board, the NLRB, rejected that idea, and because obviously during the pandemic there's going to be lots of health and safety concerns over that. So they're not going to do it that way. It is mail in. So, let's see. There are roughly 5,800 workers participating in this vote. That's a lot. So, why is this vote taking place in the first place? Why are the workers trying to form this union? Well, Amazon is not a great employer, is the short and succinct version. So, there is massive overwork and job insecurity at these warehouses. And Amazon uses very heavy handed means of worker control. For example, they have all sorts of algorithms they use to chart worker productivity, and if people are a little bit unproductive, boom, they get consequences, severe consequences sometimes. So you might have heard the story about workers having to pee in bottles in order to avoid being written up as unproductive, because apparently these warehouses can be very big, and yeah, a bathroom can be like, might be exaggerating, but like miles away. Like, I'm saying metaphorically, like they're a huge distance away from where these people are actually working. So they have to walk there, do their business, wash their hands, and get back. And that time, well, it's considered unproductive. You're not working, you're going to the bathroom. So you're going to get written up for it. So workers were apparently peeing in bottles instead. Kind of fricked up. So yeah, Amazon is spending a massive amount of money trying to preemptively bust this union that's in the process of possibly being formed. They have a lot of really skeevy strategies for doing this. So like they have pretty much every propaganda tool in play at this point. Like they have those compulsory attendance or mandatory like anti-union meetings where they play like, you know, all those like in like cartoons both for children and adults, there are these like anti-union ads that the like corporate villains will play for their employees, and this is pretty much what they're doing. Amazon's basically cartoon villains. So they also sort of barrage the workers with text messages with their propaganda. And they have flyers in places like the bathrooms I was just talking about. Whoa, I slid there. Okay, so there's even stories of them forcing employees that are in sort of precarious employment, like they could lose their jobs at any time, to wear like vote no pins and stuff like that to spread the anti-union sentiment through workers who really have no choice. They gotta they gotta spread the propaganda or they lose their jobs. It's kind of a fricked up situation to be in. So it will be great if this union is formed, but that will just be the starting point. Like unions and corporations, if the union is any good, naturally have an antagonistic relationship. Like the union wants to protect the workers, the corporation wants to protect the profits. There will always be an antagonistic relationship there as long as capital exists. And frankly, that's a good thing. Unions should be antagonistic to corporations trying to squeeze their workers for as much profit as they can possibly get. That's a good thing. That's how workers' rights are advanced. That's how workers' rights have historically been advanced. That's why we have the 8 to 5 workday. If we didn't have unions fighting for these rights, they wouldn't exist. Because companies aren't just going to give them away, they need to be fought for. So, even after this union forms, it's still going to be a lot of hard work improving conditions at Amazon. They're going to have to fight for improved rights, improved job security, and yeah, that's sort of what unions do. They exist to protect the rights of the workers. and that often is very antagonistic with the goals of the company. So, Amazon's always going to be antagonistic to this union, and it's very likely that they will fight very hard against them. Now, one of the good things is that, at least in speech, it seems like the government under the Biden administration is okay with this union forming. We'll see if they are true to their words or if they are lying. But for now, it seems like they won't take action if the union forms, that they will let it happen. But it also seems like there might not be that much help, and if the union dies, the government will just let it die. I don't think they're going to swoop in to protect the union. I think they're going to let whatever happens happen. So, this is all happening again in Bessemer, and Bessemer has a very long history of labor organizing. They are kind of famous for the mining strikes of the 1930s and the radical mine mill union. So there is a very deep and long history of unionization that these Amazon workers are kind of drawing from. They're kind of inspired by it. And yeah. So labor rights has a very strong history in the South. You might not think it. You might think, oh, those are all rednecks. Well, fun fact. The term redneck actually comes from the red kerchiefs that the striding micers would wear to identify themselves. So a sort of pejorative term was made out of striking union workers who were trying to fight for a better life for themselves, their families, and their fellow workers. So it's kind of funny that a term that was originally about labor rights sort of got morphed into this insult that insinuates that somebody is sort of daft. They're a redneck. They don't know anything. So yeah, it's sort of an interesting fun fact how a word can sort of be morphed into something with negative connotations, probably for propaganda reasons. I don't have any hard proof that's what happened, but it sure seems like it. It sure seems like the term redneck became associated with being dumb because companies were intimidated by the striking miners. That sure seems like what happened. But I digress. So, that's sort of what's been going on down in Bessemer. And so at this point, we're kind of waiting for the votes to come in by the 29th, and then they'll be counted, and we'll figure out what happens from there. There might be some interference with the voting. I wouldn't put it past Amazon to do something like that, so I'm kind of expecting something like that to happen. But yeah, after the 29th, votes will start being collected, and we'll see what happens. Maybe the union will form, maybe it will die before it even gets started. We'll have to see. Personally, I really hope it happens because, like, this could be a turning point with even the President of the United States offering, like, tacit, very uncommittal support. This could be the start of a new labor movement, like a big one. And I'm kind of excited as to what happens here. But it could be really good. Like, America has a very, very sordid past with labor movements. It has been incredibly awful and violent to workers who have been trying to fight for a better life for themselves. And so this is possibly a small but significant turning point that could change history forever. So it's kind of exciting. Okay, so that's pretty much what I've learned so far about what's going on in Bessemer. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm not sure if I'll be able to answer them, but I'll try them up to the best of my ability. But first, what I want to do is I'm going to post the source that I used in the chat here, because I did very much base the entirety of my chat here on an article. Like, this was not every stuff that I made up myself, that I wrote myself. I just have notes, I have talking points here that are taken from this article. So it's from Jacobin, and you can see it in the chat, both on the stream and on the VOD here. It should be to the left of me here. Ooh. Okay, so that's the article that I sourced all my talking points from. So there should be a little more detail in there if you want to read it. And yeah, I don't always agree with every take that Jacobin has, but I think they do fine when they're reporting on union stuff and stuff like that. So take a look if you want. Might be a good read. And yeah, going to move on from that point in a second. So, I slid back again. Do you see that? Okay, so what was I doing last week? So, I do, as I said before, have contract work. I do some programming in addition to doing streaming. So, I was partially doing that as usual. I do my work. Then, when I'm done with it, in the evening, I do streams. That's typically how it goes. But I do have some wiggle room to reschedule things around how I want. So that's why I'm doing a quick chat stream today at it's 10 in the morning my time. So that's why I'm doing that. So I did take some time to rest. Like, I went to bed a little earlier, stuff like that. And that was really nice. I feel a lot better, a lot healthier now. Not doing that eternal VTuber unrest, VTuber insomnia. I actually got a decent amount of sleep last week, and I feel pretty good for it. But one thing that I did absolutely do last week, I actually picked up the latest RPG Maker, RPG Maker MZ. And one of the first things I wanted to do with it was get into plugins and see what I could do with them. So I've been learning the JavaScript environment for plugins in RPG Maker MZ. And actually, I can sort of tease it now. If you saw my schedule, I have a sort of special showcase on Sunday, and that is related to what I've just said. It is related to RPG Maker MZ and specifically plugins. Now, I don't want to say more until I am sure that what I'm doing will play well with the engine, because I'm not totally sure if what I'm going for will work right. But I've started work on that. I've learned the a little bit about how to work with the JavaScript environment in RPG Maker MZ, and I've been having a lot of fun with that. Working very hard on it, and if it works out, I think I'll have fun showing it off on Sunday. And I sort of want that I'm sort of thinking about using that to kick off my YouTube presence. I want to create a sort of demo video showcasing what the plugin does if it works properly. And I've got a lot of the sort of background stuff done for it. Now I just need to make sure the more front-facing aspects of it will work too. So that's sort of what I've been up to. I spent a lot of time on that plugin. It's sort of how I work. Like apart from my job, which I do kind of carefully and make sure to get the right amount of hours in, I tend to focus very hard on a single thing at a time. So last week I focused very hard on doing that plugin, and I thought it came out pretty well so far. But we'll see if I can get the bells and whistles actually working. Because the front-facing stuff is going to be the hard stuff. So, I am still anxious about whether what I'm working on will be good and useful to people, because it is a little bit niche, but I think it has a very strong use in that niche. But I'm also kind of concerned about how nice it will play with other plugins, because it does use base features of the engine that I'm sure that other plugins might be able to change. So I don't know how well it will play with other plugins, and I'm kind of anxious to find out because I'm just starting learning this, and I kind of got this big imposter syndrome going. So hopefully my plugin turns out okay. I really hope so, because I've been having a lot of fun with it, and it's like this cool creative idea that I've really enjoyed getting into. And yeah, I hope it works out. So, what else is on the agenda to talk about? Oh, so I've been enjoying Omori so far. So sometimes I do feel like it leans a little bit into edgy. Like I did not enjoy I'm sorry, there's going to be some mild spoilers for Omori. But if you've been following the stream, you've been watching me play it, so yeah. So I feel like it leans a little bit into being edgy. Like specifically, I'm not a huge fan of the idea that you have to stab yourself a couple of times in order to progress. I think that's a bit much. But maybe that's just me. But I will say I've been liking especially the sort of fairway parts of it. Like I like seeing all these characters in their actual like video game actual, not actual lives. And sort of how they've been coping with the traumas they've been going through in very different ways that are sort of understandable, but at the same time a little bit painful. Because you can kind of see the dysfunction, you can kind of see how people weren't really there for each other, and it caused people a lot of pain. The sun's getting brighter, so my model's glitching out a little more. So everybody in that game is processing grief differently, and it's kind of interesting to see. I emphasize a lot with all these characters, and I want to see how they do. And we're sort of getting into a turning point. I think we're going to end up completing the game definitely this week, if not just on Wednesday. I think we're getting close. So, glitching out. So, that's kind of everything I wanted to talk about today. I know this has been short, but I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit because I didn't want to just like go hard into streaming again. I just wanted to kind of ease into it a little bit, you know? I could have like gone, "Oh, I'm doing another Let's Make games today." But I think that would have been hard to adjust to and I would have been struggling. So I just wanted to have a chill hangout where I could talk a little bit about what happened in Bessemer and a little bit about what's happening in my life. So yeah, that's what this is. Um, I might transition into playing a little something since this was kind of a like my notes are a couple of pages, so I thought this would go longer, but I didn't actually rehearse any of it, so I didn't see how long it would actually take. So we might play a little bit of something. I'm gonna see what I have here. Bloop, 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 bloop. Something small that would be easy to jump in and play, maybe. Hmm. Okay, maybe not that. Let's see. Hmm. Okay, I want to see something. Do I still have access to this? Da-da. Okay. Looks like I do. Hmm. Okay, never mind. That's not gonna work. How about do? I should have prepared something, but I didn't think this chat would be so short. Do I have that installed? No. How about this? Ah, yeah. Here we go. Alright. We're gonna play something I kinda enjoy. First of all, let's see if I can get this captured. Okay, here we go. Alright, sorry for the wait. I had to set something up. I'm using an old version of this game, but should be fine. I'm gonna get out of my chair for this. Okay. Gonna take a little time to do some dungeon crawl stone soup. So this is just a simple dungeon crawling roguelike. So, what will we be today? I'm just gonna go the easy route. Troll Berserker. With claws. Okay. So we've got nice roguelike going. Got some grapes. And this game is great because it has a bunch of automated features. So I can go whoop. And this will get me automatically exploring until I find something like those geckos. So I cut up that gecko and get some flesh. Get some gold. Ooh, there's a sleeping goblin. So I can cut those up. What's this? Portal? Let's grab these first. Nah, I can't do that. There's some items there I can't get as I am. I wonder where this leads though. Oh, it's a dispersal trap, not a portal. So we don't want that. Okay, we reached level 2 here. Good, that's ruined. So we want to check it out. Okay, so what do we have here? 2 fuming dark potions and a fizzy clear potion. I want to try one of these, see what it is. So that is a potion of brilliance that will improve our intelligence. Increases the power of the drinker's spells and removes their metabolic cost. So if we had spells, we'd be able to cast them without cost. To our hunger, at least. What's the fizzy clear potion? Ah, that's a potion of flight. Okay. So that's sort of how you identify things. You either get a scroll for it, or you just use them. I usually use them early on because, like, there's not much to lose when you're just starting, and a lot to gain if it's good effects. Now I'm hungry. I can try to kill something and eat that way. Or I could use these rations. I'll just do that for now. So I attack this goblin. So this is a very simple roguelike. A little on the hard side, but fairly easy to learn. You don't need to know everything off the bat. You play as a troll berserker especially. You can just fight stuff. And you can try to do a couple of strategies, like you want to lead enemies into choke points if they're hard, because then you can fight one of them at a time instead of trying to fight like a whole room. But yeah, I'm only gonna play this until this guy dies at least. So we reach level 3. We want to permanently raise our strength. Become very strong. There's a lizard. Let's get him. Okay. We're gonna eat till we're full. This raw flesh tastes great because we're a troll, man. Trolls eat stuff raw, like what was his name? The guy who did an all meat diet and like was in a coma in Russia for a while. Was that Jordan Peterson? Yeah, that asshole. Ooh, a ring. Now equipment on the other hand generally has like stronger detrimental effects than like potions and scrolls tend to. So equipment you want to be a little more careful about. Let's get engorged there. Oh, this is different. What's in here? A couple of altars and some enemies. We're all set though, because as a berserker, we sort of start off with a decent deity for us. So if you don't know, the berserker deity is Trog, and he's very happy when you kill stuff. We're finding a couple of rings here. I want to use this scroll because if we can find out which scrolls are the scroll of identify, that's pretty good. That is a scroll of identify, great. So I want to identify rings first. Those can have like very good effects. So what is this? A +4 ring of protection. That's pretty good. Okay, so we've got that on. We're a little better protected now. So I think a lot of people get kind of intimidated by roguelikes. Some of them are pretty simple, like this one. I definitely recommend it for beginners. Get a worm nearby where, there it is. Yeah, like there's a pretty broad spectrum of difficulty in the races and classes, so you can find easy ones, you can find hard ones once you've sort of learned the game. And yeah, it's not that hard to get. Like as you can see right now, I'm literally just walking into stuff and killing it. As a berserker, you don't really need to do much else until you get into a hairy situation, in which case you use your berserking ability. So the snake actually walked into the teleport trap for me. So that's the cool thing that can kind of happen in roguelikes is they tend to be kind of interactive. So like if something happens, if something can happen to you, it can probably happen to an enemy too. So that's kind of cool because it opens up a lot of strategies. I'm going to drag these enemies into this choke point here. Fight them one at a time. There we go. So we've got some more scrolls to work with. Gonna go down here. Hold up. Get that. We want to get engorged where we can because these flesh chunks rot away eventually and they become useless. So you want to kind of eat them when you can, just to save like your rations and stuff. So I got a couple of different things that I haven't identified yet that I want to check out. So I'm gonna drink this amethyst potion, see what it does. Ooh. So that's a berserking potion. So that pretty much does the same thing as our ability. So I'm going to wait this out. There we go. Now let's check out our scrolls. Okay, that was a scroll of noise. One of the, you can use it for different strategies, but out of the box, it's kind of a detrimental effect. You make noise, different enemies will know you're there. You can use it to draw enemies to you, but you probably don't always want that. What are these scrolls? Ah, that's useful. Magic mapping. So now we kind of know what the surroundings look like. There's a kobold here. Got darts, but we're too strong for that to matter. We're a little poisoned, so I'm gonna wait that out. There we go. I don't want to walk into strong enemies while I'm already poisoned. That would kind of suck. Take care of that bat. There's a worm there. Take care of you. Here's another scroll here. Let's see what it does immediately. Oh, that's a scroll of teleportation. Probably not gonna be too bad. Yeah, just puts us here next to some easy enemies. So to explore a little more. Okay, and we've explored everything here. Now we just gotta get to a stairs down, which is right here. Alright, we've actually got more scrolls of identify, so we can check out what this other ring is. That is a cursed ring of attention. Good thing we didn't put that on. Everything would be drawn to us. Oh, this guy's got throwing weapons, but none of them hit us, so we're good. Reach level 5 there. Ooh. Let's identify that immediately. So this is an uncursed amulet of faith. So what's that do? A talisman crafted to call the attention of the gods to its wearer. This divine attention makes it easier to please your god, but your god will also take more notice of your transgressions. This amulet will drain some of your divine favor when removed. Okay. So we can use that to get a better relationship with Trog, and I don't think we're going to do anything to piss Trog off, so that'll be fine. Kill that. Let's not get surrounded there. There we go. Another orc. Gotcha. So there's an orc priest there. I'm gonna pull it back a little bit. There we go. Okay, another orc there. Gotcha. So as you can see, Trog kind of likes it when you kill magic users too. There's another altar to a god there. We don't need to deal with those because we already got a good god for us. Okay. There's another orc. There's an ogre. Those can hit pretty hard, but I think we can take them. There we go. Now we're level 6, so we get to have even more strength. And we will just be a ridiculous bruiser. Cut right through those. We'll eat a little. Another orc. We can kill those in the open as long as we kill them fast enough. It's when you get totally surrounded that it's a big problem. Ooh, a new scroll. Oh, we got a couple of them. Let's see, what is this one? It was a scroll of immolation. Okay. And what's this one? Ah, it's a blink scroll. So we can sort of go wherever we want within a certain range. So it's useful to know what those are. Got an iguana corpse here. Chow down a little bit. As you get further down, it gets a little harder to find things that are edible. So you want to eat those corpses on these levels whenever you can. Well, let's drag these in here. Okay. Alright, I think I got them all. There's another oak. By orc. So we get some spells, can't really use them. I think you can pray to burn books like that, but I don't remember the command for that. I don't think it's necessary. Gotcha. Oh, there are a lot of those here. Going to use my berserk ability. Uh-oh. Okay, it's just the imp left. It's annoying, but it doesn't hurt too much. But I want to drag it to me. Alright, come on. Let me hit ya. There we go. Oof. So that was a lot of them. And it would have been hard to drag them into that corridor there, so Had to kind of fight them there. We survived. Berserkers are kind of good at that. Okay. We got another scroll we don't know. What's that? Scroll of Fear. So I believe if enemies are nearby that it caused them to flee in panic, but nothing was near us, so... Okay, another scroll. What's this one? Scroll of Random Uselessness. Okay. Alright, let's see. Oh, there's a sleeping snake. Gotcha. Alright, done exploring. Let's go to this stairs down here. Let's have some food. Chomp chomp. Oh, there's an ogre. It's all ogre for them. Ooh, we got some enemies here. Let them notice me. There's something there. There we go. Now we're level 8. Oh, there's a lot of stuff here. What do I have to work with? I could use my scroll of teleportation to get out. Don't really have potions that'll help me here. I haven't gotten great items aside from these accessories here. Do I use my scroll of teleportation? I could end up in an even worse situation than I am now. Yeah, I think I just want to drag them over here. Try to weather the ranged attacks. Yeah, there we go. That's going pretty well. Oh, oh no. Let's go berserk. Uh-oh. I can't use a scroll when I'm berserk. Well, Barf the grappler has died. So we had the Vorpal hand axe. We had our animal skin. Had our rings there. Oh, we had a wand of ice blast. I should have identified that. That might have been useful. We had a scroll of enchant weapon too. That could have been nice. Okay, I should have identified more stuff. Goodbye, Barf. Okay. I just wanted to do something so we would have like more than, what was it, like a half hour of content here. So I think I'll quit there. So if you've been here, thank you for watching. It will be a let me transition over again. Whoop. It will be a longer stream again on Wednesday and Friday. And we will do the really big block on Saturday as usual. Actually, I don't know. We might be able to finish Final Fantasy IX because I do want to do some going to be doing some grinding stuff off screen just to because the two summoners don't know like enough Eidolons, and I want to get those abilities learned. So I might be grinding those a little bit on before Saturday. So on Saturday, we might actually be able to complete Final Fantasy IX. I don't know how much longer it is, but we feel pretty close to the end. We've had a bunch of the big revelations and everything. So, with that, I think I'm going to end it for today. Thank you for watching, and the proper stream again will be on Wednesday at 7 p.m. EST as usual. I might actually go on later today and play something too, but I'll let you know if I do. Because, yeah, this was shorter than I expected it to be, and I do want to do something proper today, so I might, quit for now, but come back with something later today. Probably in the afternoon, we'll see. Okay, so for now, goodbye, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. So long. It's been gay.